it professionally, and we know it's part of our law. That's it, Malik.
You're listening to the interview. My guest is the Honorable Sidin Jai. We're looking at the legality of the executions as carried on the 26th of August. This and other programs will elucidate, will throw light from a legal perspective as well as from a social perspective why these executions were carried out in the face of executions being carried out in other countries globally. Honorable, in your defense of the death penalty carried out, you pointed out that people should realize there should be law and order.
Yes, Malik, there is law and order in this country. And the peace and security of the country shall never be compromised and will never be compromised. And not only even by a government, but it behoves on every citizen of this country, irrespective of your beliefs and your culture, to defend and to ensure that whosoever want to jeopardize with the peace and security that we have, it's been exposed and the necessary steps are taken to ensure that the sanctity, the peace, the jewel that we have, that is the pride of the Gambian people, peace is maintained at all cost. That's the reason why I say citizens of this country and non-citizen must know that there is law and order in this country. And we all must know that it is primarily the responsibility of government to safeguard the life, property, territorial integrity of the Republic of the Gambia. Now, Malik, 2009, 2008, 2007, we all saw how rampant crimes and violence activities were rising up. It was an alien to this country. Gambians naturally knew only peace. But almost daily, more frequently, you hear people, either in televisions or newspapers, you read about somebody being killed somewhere else. Then what government could do is to enforce the dictates of the law, to ensure that everybody goes home peacefully. Everybody wake up in the morning and go to mosque or churches early morning to perform their daily prayers and give their time to God, and to ensure that people's property are safeguarded and have been protected, and nobody could just get up from anywhere and go and assault people, get your property forcibly and go. We all have heard His Excellency the President, when he was launching the Operation Bulldozers, saying that it's his wish and aspirations to ensure that any Gambian, and even if you're not a Gambian, you'll be able to walk with your bag full of money at 4 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and walk every corner, every street in this country peacefully, without being harassed, without being assaulted or being killed.
The executions as a deterrent gives confidence in people wanting to come to the Gambia. Investors coming to the Gambia will say, well, if I go to that country, I am safeguarded because they have put measures in place to safeguard me. Now, let me take you on to another level wherein you called for the respect of the sovereignty of this land, meaning that the Gambia is a sovereign state that has its own constitution and other laws to run the affairs of this state without nobody telling us how to go about doing that.
Yes, Malik, you see, disrespecting the laws of the country means disrespecting entire citizens of the Gambia. And we are no more under colony. That's the reason why on the article, I said the sovereignty, the independence, and the integrity of this country must be respected by any other nation or by any other international organization. Malik, I said, those crying foul or those shouting, either Gambians are living in the diaspora or non-Gambian.
They have a political agenda, don't you think?
They have. Malik, you look at when you watch the television, you saw, I don't even want to talk about them, Buabalne, the Mahawa Chama and others. I don't want to talk about them. We all know Mahawa Chama was in Germany and what the crime he committed there. And Buabalne, nobody forced them, they were not being harassed in this country. They were not being prosecuted. They were not being arrested. They just chose on their own to go and live in Senegal. And now they want probably, because they don't have visa to go to Europe. Now they want political asylum to go to Europe. The only way they could is to, I don't want to talk about them, Malik, honestly.
You might
for me, it's a non-event. It doesn't happen. For me, Malik, I want to call on those people in the diaspora, the other international community, to call on the United States of America and China to hold and stop execution.
Thailand, Malaysia,
and so on and so on.
Bahrain,
and
Saudi Arabia.
To tell them what they are telling the Gambia. Because, you see, Malik, in 2009 also as well, according to Dui Hua Foundations, it reported that 5,000 people were executed in China. And in 2005, 10,000 people more. 2008, about 1,718 people, according to Amnesty, was executed in China. The United States, all the states, Texas, Virginia, Oklahoma, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Washington, Ohio, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Arizona, Louisiana, so on and so forth, at Delaware, they all have death penalty.
Which they carry out.
Yes.
Honorable,
I have all the results, all the number of people being executed as of 2012 for America and other countries. I just want to say that those people shouting, calling for other things, and particularly Gambian, wishing bad omen for this country, will only go back to them. That shall never happen in this country.
Honorable, on a final note, we have seen that efforts are being made to console, not to console, but to appeal to the president. And like as you said, the president being such a magnanimous person may at the end of the day